welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf, and like I promised, interesting program that has been proposed by the Democrat Party.
Okay.
Now we know that they have what they call a shadow government, kind of, forming another government alongside the actual government just to see, what kind of policies or maybe projects that could be helped or at least compete with what the government have. Now at this point yesterday at about 9 o'clock, the former Prime Minister Kun Aphisit Wechashiwa, who is the Democrat Party leader and opposition party leader, actually got together with all the big names from the Democrat Party to talk about this particular project for 3 hours, actually. As you can see there, this is Building the Future Strong Thailand 2020 project. That's what they call. Interestingly enough, just to talk about the logo a little bit here, it seems like a lot of people, especially the former Prime Minister Kun Thaksin Shinawat's son, Kun Phanthongthai Shinawat, came out on his Facebook and said that, well, that's kind of look like what Pheu Thai Party has done from the Transport Ministry with the whole 2020 thing. That's kind of match the project that they have done before, but that's just kind of a little bit of a talk on the side. However, the project itself is trying to propose an idea, I guess, of a project that you do not need, or the country do not need the 2 trillion baht loan to actually get this particular strong 2020 Thailand, strong Thailand 2020 going. They say that, this particular case would actually, the project will be able to help the country within the next 7 years. And what they are proposing is that their project, this particular project, will actually be a little bit more transparent, and they could be measures as well as assessed and readily for the public scrutinies more than what Pheu Thai Party has, actually have on the table. This, we're not sure how, but this is what they say. Second one is that the budget for this particular project will actually look at transportation, education, as well as public health, as well as irrigation system. So at this point, these are all the proposed that they will actually use it for. And he said that for this particular project, it will help the finance department a little bit more stabilized. It also could decrease the corruption level. It will actually answer to all the demands in terms of development of the country better than what Pheu Thai has, and they actually will be able to use the country's money more justly, as well as being more beneficial to all the Thais. For this particular case, I think that a lot of Pheu Thai Party would definitely come out and say that, this might not be it and such, but I think that the fact that they have some kind of a project proposed to see, they say that, they hope that Pheu Thai Party will take a look at their project and then see whether or not, this is going to be workable and such. But Kun Aphisit said that they will try to get the private sector involved as well. And they say that, they were just waiting for the public's giving them the chance and an opportunity to run this project as a government.
Yes.
So, all in all, I guess, well, being in politics, you want to be the government.
Yes.
If you cannot be a government, you be a shadow government and you propose more interesting project.
Well, anyone enter politics, they would hope to work in administration.
Exactly. So, at this point, it's interesting that the Democrat Party is, bluntly enough to come out and say that, what, we have our own project. But it was just so sad that somehow the logo was just so similar to what the Pheu Thai has already done.
Right.
So that became a topic as well. And that was kind of, by Kun Phanthongthai, who obviously
Pretty outspoken.
Enjoy making fun of politicians, especially the Democrat Party. So that was another issue that came out on his Facebook.
So Democrats has another 2 years to try to build their own supporters in many areas they have lost during the last general election.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them. Like I would have to say, in theory, it sounds great, but whether or not this is going to be workable, or in terms of implementation, that's another case.
There are only two big political parties at the moment. So if Democrat cannot do it, Pheu Thai is going to be the government again next time. Talking about Pheu Thai party and the government, it had been almost 2 years, and the Thai constitution required the government to have yearly report, which is mean every year. The first year is overdue for this government, and I think Democrat Party, the opposition, has been trying to ask for those reports. And finally, today at 2 p.m. onwards, in the office of House of Representatives, the government will finally present their first year report.
Which that's good.
Yes, today first year report. And if you're going to ask about the second years, they said that by the end of this year, they believe that the government will be totally ready to give you the second year report.
Yeah, interesting, because that's not going to be that far along. You know what I mean? Normally, it should be like a yearly kind of thing.
The Democrat keeps saying that if the government doesn't really present the first year report, it's actually violate the constitution.
Right. That's true.
So there's a chance that they will be all acquitted, the cabinet members and such. So somehow they have to do it.
Well, but that's interesting.
But it's so delayed.
It could have been, last year, right?
Or beginning of this year.
So now we're going to get like first year report and second year report on the same year.
Yes.
All right.
So it came out in the news yesterday or over the weekend that the Prime Minister herself will be the one that present the report. But it was also in the news earlier this morning that the Prime Minister has ordered all cabinet members to be fully prepared to answer all the questions, which 2 days total. Today from 2 p.m. and tomorrow all day, 15 hours will be dedicated to government yearly report, which they said they have allocated 10 hours to the opposition to debate about their work result. And the government will have 5 hours to themselves, and they are hoping that they would not extend any more time
we'll see
to
what happens.
The opposition.
Right.
So it will be today and tomorrow. So today is the first day. So tomorrow morning in our show, we'll probably will have.
It will be broadcast as well. I mean,
yes, if you would like to see it live, it's broadcast on channel 11.
Right. So it will be interesting. Hopefully, we're not going to see any crazy violence and such, because I think we're done with those.
The report that they talk today, it's about the government work between 23rd of August 2011 to 23rd of August 2012.
Okay. That'll be interesting. Everybody is going to have to think
already
back
passed
to
the
that
second-
time.
Yes, and I think one of the problem is a lot of ministers that has been working during that first year is out of post already.
Exactly, because cabinet has already been reshuffled.
So whoever that will answer question from the opposition, either going to be the one that's not really have done all those work, or such.
They should get the people that were actually at the time.
I'm not sure how it works. Maybe Kun Chen can give us an answer whether the one that already out of the post will be able to come back and answer all these questions in the House of Representatives.
Or maybe Kun Chen we're not even sure whether or not that's going to be the case. Depending on what's the tactic the Pheu Thai party has in mind. That's the thing.
True.
All right, let's take a short break, because the next break will be Kun Chen. She will talk a little bit about the loan bills, and this is coming up from the Thailand Development Research Institute to see what is to be expected. So please stay tuned.